debate,
If we are talking about the potential of FFB supply to the male,
disagreement,
the bottom line is go down to the earth.
discussion,
There is one certification for bunches production, another to the mill, and another to the refinery. It's not one certification that cover all process.
resolution,
Can I have the no votes, please?
progress.
We began to promote sustainable palm oil in China.
The Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil is a global organization of growing importance. All members are working together in a unique example of different entities coming together for a common goal. Set up in 2004 as a voluntary initiative, the RSPO was formed as a result of rapid expansion of a key global agriculture crop. Oil palm is a tropical crop that has been grown for millennia. As the world's appetite for edible oils grew, fueled by demand for everything from food to detergents, the pressure on forests, the environment and communities intensified. In the past 4 decades, oil palm cultivation has increased fivefold, and output has grown by 400%. Today, 1/3 of the world's edible oil supply comes from palm oil. Growers, processors, traders, retailers and NGOs came together to found the RSPO on the premise that a multi-stakeholder initiative is better to manage the dramatic expansion and safeguard the environment as well as local communities while driving economic growth. Through various meetings, working groups and annual roundtable discussions, the organization formulated its principles and criteria in 2007. These address the various issues that confront the industry: sustainable practices, land use, new plantings, and worker rights. A set of rigorous certification protocols were also established, and the first batch of sustainable palm oil shipped in late 2008. Today, a growing quantity of the industry's production capacity is certified, and buyers in Europe have pledged that 40% of palm oil they buy in the next 5 years will be sustainable. The RSPO is growing rapidly, with membership spanning the globe. The last annual roundtable meeting, held in November 2009, had over 800 delegates. Different organizations have different motivations for contributing to RSPO, and yet all come together to find solutions for issues facing the industry.
We've been aware of some of the problems caused by expansion of palm oil for a long time, and we've been working with the industry since 2002, and part of that work was to form the Roundtable.
The reason we joined is because back in 2004 we put out a policy to cover the forest sector and forest land products, and that was to cover not just timber but also palm oil. And at that time we could see that probably the best way to go to understand the issues of palm oil was to join the RSPO, which was a fledgling organisation, but at the time was the only organisation that was working at the time. Now, we would have considered joining others as they develop, but as of today, this remains the one and only serious organisation that's looking at palm oil sustainability.
RSPO is not a static organisation. Some of the issues today include increasing membership, land rights, working with governments, supply chain certification, marketing of sustainable product, smallholders' participation, bank funding, and greenhouse gas emissions. These critical issues are discussed, working groups formed, and various options presented to help members find solutions.
One of the goals of the Trade and Traceability Working Group is to get them working in practice and to, facilitate people who want to use them and experience difficulties to help them with their issues, and to make sure that the systems are clear, they can be used in practice, and that they are not so very expensive.
While a lot of progress has been made, many challenges remain.
In my view, the biggest challenges going forward are threefold. One is related to climate change, one is related to smallholders, and one is related to uptake in the market. There is a link between palm oil and climate change, and that link exists in deforestation. Expanding oil palm area almost invariably has meant in the past that forest was replaced with plantations. I think we need to attempt to break that link, which means that we must invest more in increasing yields. We also know it will take a massive investment in replanting existing areas already planted to oil palm. The second challenge is to involve smallholders more and more. They represent a considerable percentage of palm oil production in different countries, but we also know that it is difficult to get all these smallholders involved. And we need to put more resources in place to reach them, to talk with them, to explain to them what sustainability in palm oil is all about. The third challenge is uptake in the marketplace. If supply would outstrip demand, then the premium would disappear and the incentive for growers will disappear as well. So we must work together to grow the demand in the market for certified sustainable palm oil. We can probably do that for Europe and the United States and Australia and Japan, but we also need to work on the markets in India and China that are probably more important to growers in Southeast Asia.
It's dealing with the high conservation value, it's dealing with the social implications and the economic implications of palm oil. It still needs to do things on climate change, it needs to be tougher on that, but it's working towards that as well.
Thanks to the efforts of the RSPO, palm oil is well on its way to becoming our planet's first sustainable agricultural commodity. A very real beacon of hope that combines economic growth with protection of our precious environment.